some extract. Extract, not to be confused with tea, is we basically take biocomplete compost and put it in a big tea bag and drop it in this water, and what it does is it rinses the microbes off into the water solution, and then we can take this solution and we can drench trees. Last week I drenched our big trees here. This batch is going to go on our lilacs and some of our rose bushes and things like that. This is a 30-gallon. It's actually a compost tea brewer, but we're doing extract in here. It works pretty good because of the airflow. Cone tanks are the best. It's got an air pump, big air pump down there. And what I like to do, I like to bubble this water a little bit first. It gasses some of the chlorine out that municipalities put in the water. And then, kind of a little secret ingredient here is just to take a little pinch of humic acid. And you can see how it turns the water just barely tinted. That's all we need to do. And what that does is neutralizes any kind of chlorine that we have left in there. And so I was kind of looking around, I found another bag that I forgot that I bought a couple of years ago. This is it's a product called Myco-Apply, and it's going to have mycorrhizal fungal spores in here. I'm going to try it. I'm going to put a little bit in and let this go, and we'll look at it under the microscope and see what we got a little bit later. But 90% of our plants form symbiotic relationship with this mycorrhizal fungi, so we're going to try it. And then, big tea bag, and we put our biocomplete compost in there. There's about 5 pounds in there. This is 30 gallons. So it's going to take, we can leave this in here for about a half an hour. And just let it brew, and you can see it turning dark. You can see the humics and everything coming out into the water. And we'll just hook it up here. We'll leave this go for about a half an hour. And then we'll do another 5 pounds, and then another 5 pounds, and we should have a pretty good extract. We got to make sure we use biocomplete compost, otherwise it's a waste of time. So, with all that being said, all of us at one time or another have used fertilizers on our plants, whether it's in the gardens, on our trees, or in the turf, in the field, or in a hayfield for that matter. But what are we doing to the plant? And not only that, but what are we doing to the soil? Let's take a look at that today.
In fertilizer, there's 2 basic approaches that we can take. One, we can feed the plant directly, or number 2, we can feed the system that feeds the plant. So a product like 4600 is a highly soluble nitrogen. It becomes available very quickly, and the plant can take it up almost immediately. And unfortunately, whatever is not taken up by the plant immediately, the next water event, whether it be irrigation or rain, a lot of it is going to leach away. While a product like this one here, a 666 organic fertilizer, or this next one, a 767, they can last a lot longer because it's going to be tied to biological activity. However, if you don't have the biological activity, you're going to be disappointed in your results. Synthetic fertilizers are salts, and in both turf and agriculture, repeated applications can create stress in the soil. Normally, the water concentration inside plant cells is lower than that in the soil, resulting in a net movement of water into the root cell. But when soil contains a high amount of salt, its relative water concentration can be lower than the water that's inside the plant. This causes the water to move out of the roots and into the soil, even though the soil is wet. Over time, one system relies more on inputs and the other builds a biological cycle. Fertilizer can absolutely grow plants, but the question is, what kind of system are we building over time? Because the goal isn't just to feed the plant, it's to build a system that can feed itself. Fertilizer can grow a plant, but it can't replace the system that was designed to support it. From the beginning, the soil was created as a living system with everything working together. Plants, microbes, nutrients, they're all connected. And when we understand that, we do not have to force the system. We can start working what's already been put in place. And when we do, the soil responds the way that it was designed to. Don't forget, bydesignsoil.com, get your free soil biology primer download. And in the next video, we're going to look at something that you can actually see, but most people don't connect back to biology. I've heard a lot of opinions on it over the years from experts what they think this is, and that is soil structure and the hidden power behind it. So we will see you next video.